There's a game happening in Columbia, Missouri this Saturday. Auburn versus Missouri. Tiger on Tiger action here. 12 Eastern, 11 local time on ESPN. Question. Last time most of us watched Missouri, it was when they were on the road at A&M. They got blown out. Now, they since have played UMass, and they righted the ship. Did you see Missouri walking into that locker room? It was like watching a team walk in a high school locker room. It was utterly amazing. Missouri playing a road game at UMass is war crime, drugs. So they were at A&M last time you probably watched them, and they got blown out. How much of that was for real? How much of that was a mirage and just A&M clicking on all the right cylinders versus Missouri being exposed? Because they got outplayed in every facet. It wasn't flukish at all. Auburn, you know the story with them. They're a good team masquerading as a bad team because of turnovers, which makes them a bad team. If you could ever erase the turnovers and take everything else as is, that'd be a good team. It's all about what Auburn should be able to do in this game. Should. I wrote it in all caps on the piece of paper in front of me. Auburn should be able to rely on Jarquez Hunter. They should be able to run the ball on anybody fairly effectively. They should be able to take Hunter and do the same thing that A&M was able to lean on Le'Veon Moss to do. That should be a situation that Auburn could count on. Missouri is 38th against the run. Not elite there. Auburn should be able to do something. Peyton Thorne has good weapons around him. Peyton Thorne threw for somehow his best yardage day against the best defense he's faced. He threw for 338 against Oklahoma. How'd they lose? Turnover. Pick six, turnover. Like that. The answer to anything bad that's happened to Auburn this year, turnover or turnovers, plural. So Brady Cook. So that's the Auburn side of things. Like Auburn should be able to have success offensively. I've never said the word should with more trepidation in my life. Brady Cook feels off to me still. There are rumblings that he's not 100% physically. I don't think he's 100% physically. Jesse, remember, we were at the A&M game. I took producer Jesse on the road, by the way. I was standing next to him, and I kept on looking at Missouri's bench, and I look at the way Brady Cook just carries himself. He doesn't look comfortable. He doesn't look 100% healthy. He's given it everything he's got. I'm not questioning his effort. Quite the opposite. I'm praising his effort. But if you're hurt, you're hurt. Or if you're limited, you're limited. And the reason that matters is because I love having Theo Weiss. I love having Luther Burden. If I don't have a quarterback that I can count on to be accurate and take advantage of those guys, I don't think that Auburn, nor do I think A&M really is going to respect your ability to go downfield on them. And that really condenses the field and makes it a lot harder for you to do what you've been able to do. See, Missouri, when they've been at their best, they have a running back like Cody Schrader, and they're able to just rip off explosive plays on the ground, which opens up everything else. Noel, Carroll, do they have that kind of day here against Auburn? I don't know that they will, because I don't think the box will open up enough for them to do it. If it does, that gets plenty of one-on-ones against an Auburn secondary that's green and can be had. So that's a huge turning point in this game. Missouri's off back-to-back road games. Auburn's off a bye. If either team honestly self-scouts itself, you got to be left asking, why aren't we running the ball more effectively? Why aren't we running it more, period? So I've sucked on totals this year, but I take the under on this game at 51.5. But I've got another lean on this game, so I'm not messing with the total. Colin, let's take a look at what the model thinks, because FanDuel thinks Missouri should be favored by 5.5. We have disagreed all week. We got Missouri minus 3.5 on the model. We took Auburn plus 6.5 earlier in the week as one of our best bets. I'm going to go a step further. I think Auburn finds a way to edge out Missouri and just win the game outright. And what a turning point that would be for Hugh Freeze if he was able to do it. But just in case FanDuel gave us 6.5 points, they're still giving us 5.5 points. I still like the number at 5.5. Anything above 3, I like. And I don't think it'll get all the way down to 3. Oh, my goodness. What a disgusting stat Director Colin throws up here. The worst records in SEC play since 2022. Vandy is 4-15. Auburn is 5-14. Arkansas has been better than Auburn. Oh, man. Well, there's some rough times baked into that. Okay, well, what better time to turn it around than when I pick you? That's always the best time to win, when we pick you on the show.